So I think that this latest Hill poll really illustrates how the political debates and the political gamesmanship around issues actually obscure the real challenges that are going on and actually contribute to Americans not understanding the real challenges going on. So in this latest poll data, the question asks people, which statement comes closest to your view of the labor market and unemployment? Is it that many people are relying on unemployment benefits and rather than trying to go back to work, or low wages and poor working conditions are preventing people from looking for work, both or neither? And any real deep dive suggests that the right answer, the correct answer, is neither. But this poll data shows how actually a plurality of Americans believe that it's unemployment benefits and people not wanting to go back to work. And particularly among Republicans and Trump voters, there's a very strong majority that believe that that statement is true. And then sort of everyone else, Democrats, are sort of in it's like low wages or both or what have you. But I think it really reflects the extent to which that partisanship in politics and sort of people trying to score political points rather than actually address issues really obscure what's actually going on in the market. And Ipsos actually did some polling on this recently as well, where we asked people, people who are the entire population, we asked people, are you currently looking for work? Are you currently not working and not looking for work? And we found about 1 in 10 Americans said that they were not working and not looking for work, not including people who were retired. And when we dug down into that group and asked them, well, why aren't you looking for work right now? We found a lot of different reasons, and it was all much more complicated than just people are lazy and would rather get unemployment. It's things like disability and illness, people who can't work because they're injured, people who have childcare issues and can't find someone to take care of their kids for them to return to work, issues like an inability to get to a workplace because of where you live, mismatches between skills and what the job requires. And then, so it's 10% of Americans who fall into this category. And of that, 1 in 20 say that, well, actually it's because their unemployment pays them better than a job would. So you're talking about 1 in 20 of 1 in 10, or essentially less than a fraction of a percent of the American population actually says unemployment is giving them a better living than working. So it's a tiny population, and yet it's consumed so much of the attention and has obscured the real challenges for people who are dealing with illness, dealing with childcare, dealing with these other issues. Well, I think the challenge for the Biden administration is maintaining a sense of urgency around pushing these programs forward. And I think it's going to be a real challenge for them, because we see that a lot of Americans are actually feeling okay at the moment. They're not necessarily feeling as financially strapped or as sort of just scared as they were a few months ago. Part of that's actually testament to the success the Biden administration has had getting the coronavirus vaccine out. And even though the last jobs report was less than expected, it was still actually a good jobs report. Their economy still grew. They still had several 100,000 new jobs. So the economy is moving in the right direction. I think the challenge is, Republicans are trying to portray everything that the administration is doing as essentially giveaways to people who are undeserving. And Americans don't like that as a concept, giveaways to people who are undeserving, which is why they're portraying unemployment as these people who are lazy. It's, it's a reprise of sort of the welfare moms thing, which was also sort of a myth, but it fits into a view of themselves that Americans have of up by your bootstraps kind of thing. So the Biden administration's challenge is going to be in keeping the focus on the aspects of their plans that are things that all Americans actually want or care about. So all Americans support the idea of investing in infrastructure, investing in physical infrastructure, roads, bridges, and stuff. And most Americans actually support even some of the other parts of Biden's plans, like spending more money on elder care, right? That's something that's also popular with most Americans. But the challenge is that's not as interesting. It's not as newsworthy, which doesn't really have a meaning. So the challenge is keeping focus on something when it's so easy to pull focus to these more sensational and frankly incorrect depictions like lazy welfare people.